Welcome, Amalga-Maniacs. That's right, it's Friday again. You know what that means? No, it doesn't mean we're gonna find Smokey and smoke weed together. It's not what it means. It means it's who dares win. That's right. We brought more battles, more fisticuffs, more duke 'em outs and beat 'em ups. There's so much violence going on that you could literally not shake a stick at it if you happen to be holding a stick. Welcome to Who Dares Wins. It's the boy, wonderful Ian Wallace, my lovely co-host Shelby Croto, and we are bringing you the fighting. Lots and lots of fighting. Our first, actually, is Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is this week, and you can put aside your heart-shaped chocolates and your flowers and your teddy bears and all of that, and let's get into some gratuitous violence. And then we can go back to making kissy faces. How about that? So for now, the first battle we're bringing you is definitely not the least, probably one of my favorites of all of the bouts we're going to have tonight. And we are doing a couples battle. I will be introducing the first couple of Magneto and Rogue. That's right. The master of magnetism and the lady who could suck life and powers out of everybody by merely making skin contact. I know what you're thinking. Well, Ian, they're not a couple anymore, but they were. And that's all that matters, is they were once together, and therefore they're eligible to be in our Valentine's Day brawl. So there. Magneto and Rogue. Well, it's the master of magnetism, ladies and gentlemen. What else can I say? He controls magnetism. How about that for a bio? It's pretty simple, dry, and cut. He doesn't really pull rabbits out of hats or lift cars, or he lifts cars, but not from superhuman strength. He controls magnetism. If it has magnetism in it, he's in control of it. No, seriously, one of the more powerful alpha level mutants, a event in a person waiting to happen, Magneto. One of the more powerful X-Men villains, has proven himself as a villain in DC Universe and an anti-hero in DC, in the Marvel Universe. Over and over again, thousands and thousands and millions of times. His record speaks for itself. He's an alpha level mutant capable of ending the world if he so chose. So you have that. Rogue. Rogue has a host of abilities. And I know that there's a lot of different versions of Rogue, but we're going to go with the actual Rogue and Magneto that were together during the Age of Apocalypse. So Rogue's powers at this time, if I can remember correctly, she still has the superhuman strength, speed, flight, and invulnerability that she got from melding with Mrs. Marvel all those many moons ago. So she still has superhuman strength, flight, invulnerability, and speed. So those are pretty much her powers in a nutshell. And her mutant power is obviously, if she makes skin contact, she can take the memories, the life force, and the abilities of the person that she touches, which is very interesting because it does not have to. There was a what if with Rogue in it, and she took some of Thor's powers in the what if. And I've always asked myself, is Rogue capable of stealing superhuman powers that aren't mutations, that are not, that don't come from the X gene? And she's done this before. She's stolen Thor's powers. She's stolen, who else is? There was someone else that I had in mind. I'm sorry, it slips my mind at the moment. But Rogue can obviously steal powers from other metahumans, being that she has stolen powers from metahumans who are not mutants. So that's going to make this fight in and of itself interesting because she's already super strong, super fast, and super invulnerable. Rogue and Magneto. I'm going to kick it over to my lovely co-host to give you the second couple and other half of this fight. And I'd like to see what you got to say about this in the comments. Shelby?
So the couple that we decided to go up against, this extremely powerful couple, had to be someone equally as powerful. So who better than the king and queen of the sea, Aquaman and Mera? I mean, both of them superhuman strength, stamina, speed, longevity. They both have hydrokinesis, which means they're both able to manipulate water. Mera also has cryokinesis, which means she's able to change temperature and she's able to like mess with matter and whatnot. And I mean, obviously, Aquaman, he's able to control marine life. So, I mean, I don't know what more to say about them. I'm like, they're two badass, like a huge badass couple, and I'm like, they're just as powerful on land as they are in the water.
Actually, more so in water. Being that Aquaman, the thing about Aquaman and Mera is an Atlantean, a regular Atlantean, and Atlanteans by dint are stronger, faster, and more durable than human beings because they have to live under the pressures of the ocean. So your average Atlantean is about 1 to 5 ton strength range and can do all the abilities that come from having that kind of super strength. So Mera by herself obviously isn't a super Atlantean like Aquaman is or Ocean Master, but she obviously has a monicum of superhuman strength, speed, and agility based on the fact that she's an Atlantean and lives under the pressures of the ocean. So even in her regular standard form, and she, unlike Aquaman, who the longer he's out of water becomes weaker, she doesn't have that issue. She'll stay as strong as she is throughout, as long as she's still an Atlantean, she'll still be super strong. Obviously, being in contact with water makes her that much more dangerous, being that she has aquakinesis and all these other different magic powers as they relate to water and cryokinesis. But yeah, her being a regular Atlantean makes her super strong going into this fight, which Magneto being a mutant and not really having that much super strength, I like to see. I know that he's not gonna let this get hand to hand because Mera would have to probably snap his neck. But I think the power levels of these two are definitely on par, like Shelby said. I think that this is a pretty equal fight. Conditions. Where is this one going down? To be fair, we can't have this going on in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. That would be just unfair. So I'm trying to think of where would be a good venue for these two couples to have it out. And I think that Lake Michigan is the best place. I think at the banks of Lake Michigan would be the best place, because then that way there is water around, but they're not completely immersed in water, and there's a whole city behind them. So therefore, you have lots of variables in this fight, and that's what this fight is all about, the variables. You could toss a car, you could call up a sea creature, you could stab somebody with hardened water, you could fly through the air and drop a car on somebody, whatever you got to do. This one's going down all kinds of ways. So Lake Michigan, the banks of Lake Michigan, all powers and abilities are included for the versions that we said. Standard Mera and Aquaman from DC Rebirth versus versus Magneto and Rogue from Age of Apocalypse. So there you have it. That is your first battle. Use your thumbs. Push your sides on which couple is going to be victorious and which couple's going home with no chocolates, stuffed animals, or Valentine's Day cards. Losers get nothing, and Who Dares wins, except laughed at.
Why did I know this was going to happen?
Now that I got that out of my system, Who Dares wins? Use your thumbs. Vote. Let us know what you think. Give us your ideas. Laugh at the losers. And we'll see you in the next battle.